when I get my little monies, can I give myself a little pinch out of that?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes.
And is that another form of saving at all?
It is. Guilt-free spending. That would be
That's what I want.
a beautiful blazer.
Okay.
That would be a trip. That would be a round of drinks with your friends. Whatever you love, 20 to 35% of take-home pay.
Oh,
That's a lot.
that's nice.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And I hear you're gonna teach us some things on how to save or what to save and what to spend.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little spend
You're gonna
and
teach us some
save.
things?
Yeah, we're gonna do a
We're ready
couple
to learn
things.
some things.
Let's
What
do
you
some
got
things.
for us?
All right. So the first one, so save or spend, people talk about buying coffee or making coffee. So this is one we deal with every day. I'm a big coffee guy. I have about 20 cups a day, okay?
I like coffee too.
Now, if you brew your own coffee, on average, it's about a quarter. If you go to your local coffee shop, it's about $4. Now, with finance, right, you think about this. If I have a toothache, I instantly go to the dentist because it's a pain point. With finance, the system doesn't create instant pain. It's like a slow drip, okay? We just slowly feel it. So the difference between a quarter and $4, we could deal with it. Well, if you have 20 cups a week, that difference becomes material, $5 to $80. You do that on an annual basis, you're talking a difference of $260 to over $4,000. And if you take that difference and you're able to invest it at 10% return, think about what you could do with that money.
Right.
So that's the stuff, we gotta think the long game with finance. So that's one, spend or save.
Y'all listening?
Okay, now
We
go
following.
coffee, right? After coffee, what do? You got lunch, right? So what do we wanna do? We all wanna go out to lunch.
Yes.
So the big one, spend or save. Lunch, make it, or go out? What would you do? What's your go-to?
Well, I do like to get out and go a little lunch sometimes, but I like a little sandwich too, at home.
Okay, we'll take it. I'm gonna ask you this question. You tell me what you think the answer is. February 20 to February 2024, how much have grocery prices increased? Take a shot at a percentage.
Oh, you asking the wrong one right now.
I'll give you the answer.
Tell me.
25%. So I don't know if people feel that when they're buying groceries, but 25% in 4 years. Now, if you make your lunch, it's gonna be roughly around $4 a day. But if you go out to lunch, it's around $15 a day. So same type of concept. You're talking about $20 a week making it, or $75 going out. And again, you multiply that on an annual basis. That's 1,000 versus close to 4,000. So that's the stuff we got to start thinking about. So on that one, we want to save. We want to stay home.
Okay, stay home.
Now the last one we'll do is, or we'll do a few more, but generic groceries versus all the high-end labels out there, right? Here's a big one. This number's crazy. The difference in price before the name brands and generic, 40%. Now, if you think about it, here's a tip. Look at the ingredients. Almost always the ingredients are the same.
The same.
It's the flashy packaging and the sparkling lights that are getting us. So, if you're spending $10,000 a year on, generic products and groceries versus name labels, that's a difference of $4,000. Now, I got one crazy stat for you that'll blow you away. $100,000 in 1974 if it was invested in the S&P 500. Fast forward to end of 2023, if you had reinvested all your dividends, that value is over $18 million. So the idea behind that is if we could get our money working for us instead of spending, it could change our lives. It could change our lives.
Wow. And I hear you have some tips for us.
I do have some tips.
I would love to hear all about them.
Well, tip number one.
She's so cute.
Tip number one, always put some money away for emergencies. I think COVID kind of taught us this, that we need some savings because you never know what's going to be happening. And there are a lot of banking apps that kind of automatically deposit a small amount of your check each month into a savings account, and you just don't touch it. Just watch it, let it grow, because you never know.
You never know. Keep it for a rainy day.
Yeah. Tip number two is to start thinking about retirement earlier on. Actually, after we filmed an episode about retirement, I started with my mom a small account where I just try and put monthly just a little bit of money for retirement. And again, if there's a rainy day, you can pull from it, but hopefully not. I like to think of saving for retirement as future self-care, taking care of future
self-care. I like that.
Tip number three is, this one's for me. So think hard before you tap your credit card.
I'm gonna take that one for myself. Okay.
I think a lot of us just go, oh yeah, I can get it. And I really need to calm down, as many of us, stop being delulu about what we can buy that month, you know, especially if you don't know where the money is coming from to pay off the purchase you're about to make, don't buy it. Or sleep on it. So
that's a good one.
Tip number 4, pay off your credit card as soon as you can.
Okay.
Especially because you want to build a good credit score, obviously. And even if you're making smaller purchases, then you know you have that ability to pay it off straight away. Once you get home that night, open up the banking app and just pay it off. And you know, when you have a good credit score, it's essential for getting those kind of future loans or getting approved for apartments or houses. So keep check of it and pay off your credit card. I have made mistakes where I have not paid off my credit card on time and I've gone locked out of the account and then gone, what's happened? I don't understand. And then I was like, yes, I forgot to pay it off.
You learned the hard way.
Learned the hard way, yeah. And number 5, know your credit score and keep track of it. It's kind of like a personal finance resume, right? So creditors will give you better rates based on your score. So you want to try and keep it up there, keep it high. Yeah, so those are my 5 tips.
That's helpful. Obviously, we all know the holidays can be financially stressful. What advice do you have for everyone during the holidays?
Well, first, Jennifer, I suggest really shopping online. Because one, you won't be as distracted when you walk up and down the aisles, and you can start by making a list. So we know that song, right? Right, he's making a list, he's checking it twice, he's gonna find out who's naughty. You
better say
right? So you gotta make a list of everyone that you're going to buy something for, and then you can start to pre-shop online to say, what am I gonna get for each of these people? How much do I think it's gonna cost me? You create your budget, and then because you're shopping online, you can also have access to these online coupons. So it helps you to save by making that list and shopping online.
Okay. And then what about when you have a lot of people to shop for?
So if you have a lot of people to shop for, one of the things that I suggest is I want people to make sure that shopping is like a group activity, meaning that you don't have to buy a gift for a single person by yourself. So I've got 4 sisters, there's 5 of us. So for my parents, we collectively buy them a gift together. And you can do that to save money. But you can also do something as a collective gift for a family. So let's just say there's a family of 4. You don't have to buy each individual person a gift. You might buy the family like a game collection, or you might buy them cooking lessons. So it's one gift for an entire family. So I say do group gifts.
Group gifts.
Group gifts.
All right. What other tips you got for us?
You definitely want to check your rewards card. If you have a credit, who has a credit card? Right? If you have a credit card, see if they offer rewards and cash them in. So my favorite type of credit card is a cashback reward card. Every year, I take a look. I had a couple $100s on my cashback reward card. I use that money to either buy gifts or continue to save. And last but not least, plan for next year. So the best time to purchase things on sale is right after the holiday season. Everything's on sale.
That's smart.
Right? Christmas trees are on sale. Decorations are on sale. Even gifts are on sale. So that way you can spend less the next year if you start to stockpile right now.
Y'all hear that? We're gonna save some money and get some good gifts.
I've been struggling for saving money, and I would like to have some tips on how to save money.
Okay. My suggestion is pick a number that feels comfortable that you can save every month. Start on a monthly basis and make it automatic. So every month, before you ever touch your money, that money is automatically transferred from your checking account to your savings account. And it could be $50. You could start at $50. It could be $500, whatever number is comfortable for you. But after 2 or 3 months, you're gonna look at that number and you're gonna realize, oh my gosh, I didn't even miss the money because it was automatically transferred. That's what I would suggest to get started.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I got a question. Is it okay, like, so I like to, when I get my little monies, can I give myself a little pinch out of that?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes.
And is that another form of saving at all?
It is. In fact, I'll give you 4 percentages that everybody can use. These are the 4 main numbers you need to know in all of your finances. The first is your fixed costs. That is 50 to 60% of your take-home pay. That's how much you should contribute there. That would be your rent or mortgage. That would be car payment, debt payment, groceries. The stuff that's fixed, that's 50 to 60% of your take home. That's what I would recommend. Next is your savings, 5 to 10%. Then investments, 5 to 10%. Of course, I'd like to see more because that's where the real wealth is created. And then the fourth and final category, my favorite one of all, guilt-free spending. That would be
That's what I want.
a beautiful blazer.
Okay.
That would be a trip. That would be a round of drinks with your friends. Whatever you love, 20 to 35% of take-home pay.
Oh,
That's a lot.
that's nice.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
And once it's in there, you spend it guilt-free. No apologies, no guilt, because you know you're already hitting the rest of your numbers.
Okay, I had to get in there. Okay, hi guys, tell us your names and where you from.
Hi, I'm Adesola, and this is Darion. We're from down in Southern California in Beaumont, and we've been married the last 7 years. We have 4 beautiful children. Thank you. And yeah, we've been, tracking towards our financial goals and pressing hard, but we always find ourselves in a hole. He likes to spend, I like to save. Okay. And I guess our question is just advice on how we can, keep moving towards our goals of financial freedom.
Yeah. Right now, today, do you feel in control of your money?
Not yet.
How did I know you was gonna say that?
Okay, tell me this. What would it feel like if you were in control?
It definitely would feel like freedom, and I think the most important thing for me is our time. And so if I was in control of my money, I think I would have a little bit more of that.
Yeah, okay. This is really common. So here's what I suggest. We're in the new year. You have this fresh opportunity to sit down and map out your entire year. In March is our anniversary, so we're gonna do a special dinner. In December, we're gonna take a holiday trip. Write it all down, and that way you can go on offense with your money instead of how most of us play, which is defense. Start there.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Wow, okay, everyone wants to start the new year off right. What's the #1 rule about money?
Honestly, the #1 rule, Jennifer, is to get started.
Get started.
Yes, this is why I love January, because everyone has this New Year's resolution of wanting to get and stay on financial track, and there's no better time to start than the new year. So it's to get started, put something in place.
Okay,
Yeah.
get something and put something in place. Okay, so I have a 13-year-old son.
Ooh.
What should I be teaching him?
So I've got a 16-year-old going on 25, bonus daughter. And so one of the things that Alyssa and I do together is we talk about money all the time. So one, you take away the scary component of money if you talk to him all the time about it. But something that we do together that you can do because it's the new year is to do a vision board.
Oh.
So she loves this. I do this with her, but also my friends. We do a vision board and we have a large financial component to that vision board. It helps to just set the stage for how do we want the year to look? What do we need to be doing now? And it makes it visual and makes it attainable for her goals as well as mine.
Okay, so in it, do you have like a money goal? Is that part of the vision board?
So right now, she is my TikTok manager. So. And so her vision is that she wants to learn to make more, So last year she put on there, I'm gonna have a job and I'm gonna make money. And so we talked about some things that she can do that wouldn't disturb school. And so now look, here we are, a year later, she has a job.
Okay.
I pay her money, and she does my TikToks. And so creating that vision board will allow your son to visualize what is it that I want to accomplish when it comes to my money. Maybe he wants to save, maybe he wants to purchase something, maybe he wants a little more financial independence, but putting it on a vision board makes it visual and plain.
We will definitely be doing that, David. Okay, so what's some steps people can take to start saving money and stick to the goal?
So there are 3 things we're gonna talk about today. 1, automation.
Okay.
Right? We're also going to talk about that I want people to challenge themselves and also raise their credit. And so those are the 3 things that we're gonna talk about of how they can start to create a new financial future for themselves in the new year.
Okay, and what does automate mean?
So automate, that is like my mantra. Automation is the new discipline. You don't have to be as disciplined as you think. That if you set up a process, you can literally go to your job and say, hey job, you know how you give me all my money in my checking account? Don't do that. Put some in savings and some in checking. That's an automation. Or you can tell your bank account, hey bank account, every 2 weeks I want you to transfer some of this money into my savings account. So if you automate like that, especially if you put money in an online-only savings account, this is a savings account that's separate from your checking. And typically these are high yield, meaning that they pay more interest than a regular bank or bank account. And you put your money there separate from your checking, and it makes your money inconvenient. Because if you want to transfer from checking to savings, it's a 24-hour wait. And so that makes your money inconvenient, and inconvenient money gets saved.
Y'all listening? Because I'm listening. Okay, so many people have issues when it comes to credit, either the credit not being good or they just don't have credit at all. So what you say to people like that and what they should do?
I think most of y'all don't realize that bad credit actually leads to an expensive life. Right? So the worse your credit, the more expensive your life is going to be. So it's going to be really important that you really get good credit. Here's some ways that bad credit makes your life expensive. I want you to think about if you're going to get a mortgage or a car note, that interest rate is going to cost you more. The more money you spend, the less you can save. Think about also, too, if you're going to make premium payments, say like on insurance policy. They have something called an insurance score, which is similar to your credit score. If you have a low insurance score, you're going to pay more monthly for that insurance policy. Also deposits. I don't know if you remember back when we were in like college and you got like a phone. If you had bad credit, then they asked you for a bigger deposit. I remember I was like, hold on, wait, I gotta put down what now for this phone? Because my credit score wasn't good. Yeah. But you also have to put down a bigger deposit for a rental, for utilities, and last but not least, one of my mentees, she just graduated law school, and she was nervous because they wanted to see her credit score. Because you might not be able to get the job that you want, that pays what you want, if your credit is not great. So yes, so you want to focus on raising your credit score so you can spend less money, you can save more money.
Wow. Thank you for that. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.